How far did your in-laws go to force a name on your child? In my fiance's family, every firstborn son for 7 generations was required to be named Peter, the same name as my uncle who died in prison after what he did to those children. When I first met Jake's parents, they seemed like normal people. They lived in a split-level house with wood paneling and pictures of all the Peters covering every wall. 7 generations of Peters staring down at me during Sunday dinners. I'd mentioned my uncle once, early on, testing the waters. Jake's mom just waved her hand like she was swatting a fly. That has nothing to do with our Peters, she said, passing me more mashed potatoes. You can't let one bad apple spoil the whole bunch. The pregnancy test showed 2 lines on a Tuesday morning. Jake was thrilled, spinning me around the kitchen until I felt dizzy. His parents found out that weekend, and from that moment on, every conversation circled back to when little Peter arrives. His mom bought onesies with Peter the Eighth embroidered on them. His dad started refinishing an old crib, humming while he worked. I tried bringing up names with Jake, showing him lists I'd made. He'd kiss my forehead and say, "We'll figure it out," but I could see the weight of 7 generations pressing down on his shoulders. At 7 months pregnant, the baby shower felt like an ambush. Jake's mom had decorated everything in blue with Welcome Baby Peter banners stretched across the living room. The cake had 8 candles on it. When she gave her speech, she talked about legacy and tradition, about how proud Jake's great-great-great-grandfather would be. I sat there with my hands on my belly, feeling my son kick against my ribs. That night, I finally broke. "We're not naming him Peter," I told Jake. His parents heard me from the kitchen. The silence felt like a held breath before his mom started crying and his dad slammed his fist on the table. "You're destroying 7 generations of tradition," his mom wailed. "You think you're too good for our family?" I imagined my mother writing Peter on every birthday card, her hand hesitating before each letter. Christmas mornings where she'd avoid saying his name altogether, just calling him sweetheart or the baby. I imagined him at 8 years old, working on a family tree project for school, asking why he was named after great Uncle Peter. What would I say? I imagined my dad leaving the room whenever someone said the name too many times, the way he still did when anyone mentioned his brother. I imagined my son finding old family photos someday, pointing at the man who shared his name, asking innocent questions I'd have to answer. The weight of it pressed against my chest until I couldn't breathe. Jake and I had decided on Oliver months before he was born. We'd written it in my pregnancy journal, whispered it to my belly at night. It was a good name, a fresh start. We told ourselves his parents would understand once they met him. They'd hold him and smell that new baby smell and forget all about Peter's. Love would win. It had to. When the nurse brought the birth certificate, we didn't hesitate. Oliver James. Done. Jake's parents visited that afternoon. They read the card once, then again, like maybe they'd misread it. They held Oliver like he might break. 20 minutes later, they left, but they came back. For 3 weeks, this uneasy quiet settled over everything. They brought casseroles, did laundry, held Oliver a little longer each visit. Jake started saying things like, "They just need time." I started to believe him. We'd been stupid. 3 weeks of silence was a warning, not acceptance. The knock came Tuesday morning. CPS. Someone reported we were neglecting our baby, that he was malnourished and living in squalor. The social worker walked through our spotless house, checked Oliver's weight charts, examined his nursery, found nothing. 2 weeks later, another visit. Drug use allegations. We took tests. We passed. The 3rd visit came with police. Anonymous tip about screaming, possible abuse. Neighbors started staring. 4 visits in 6 weeks. Each report more desperate. The social worker looked exhausted. "These calls are from the same number," she finally said. "Your son is clearly thriving, but I must investigate every report." Jake knew. We both knew. His parents were building a case that we were unfit, that Oliver belonged with them. The 5th report claimed we were cult members planning to sacrifice our baby. That's when the social worker intervened. "This is harassment. File a police report. Document everything." The detective pulled phone records. Dozens of calls from Jake's parents. False reports everywhere. The 6th time CPS arrived, they brought different paperwork. "We're flagging your case," the supervisor said. "Your in-laws are under investigation for false reports. Making false CPS claims is a crime." Jake's parents left evidence everywhere. Recorded calls claiming we were Satanists, that we'd kidnapped their real grandson Peter. The restraining order went through fast. 2 years minimum. No contact. Jake's extended family chose sides. Most chose tradition. We got uninvited from everything. Jake deleted Facebook after the 50th message calling him ungrateful. But Oliver is safe. He's growing up without people trying to erase him. Some nights Jake stares at old photos of family barbecues we'll never attend. But then Oliver laughs. Jake smiles, and we know we chose right. Our family is smaller now, but it's ours.